Good morning, everyone. My name is Nageshwara from CSC department. So today we are discussing about strings concept. Okay, the string is a collection of characters. A string is a collection of characters. Okay, and then syntax of a string is how to declare a string. Char is a data type, and then variable name, and then the with square brackets maximum size. Okay, so this is the syntax of a string. Char space variable name and then square bracket maximum size, a square bracket close and semicolon. Okay, so this is the format of a string, and we already know this is also like a character array. Why? Because we are already previous classes discussed about arrays. Array is a collection of homogeneous data elements. Okay, the same concept is applied to the strings. Here also, only for character values can store a variable is called as a string. Okay, and then initialization. How to initialize a string? Char name of 25. Here, name is a variable name, data type is character, and then the size of a string name variable is 25, which is stored by the so this is the format of a string. Here, char name of 25 is the string variable name up to the maximum size 25. Okay, and also we know size is declared by the user only. Okay, whatever you want to declare size 25, 50, 100, whatever you want, you can declare, no problem. Okay, and then double quote is equal to within the double quotes the string name Vasavi. I want to assign a name called Vasavi into the variable name. Okay, done. Memory representation. How can we store a name into the memory? Zero, one, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, up to so on. The maximum size of a variable name is 25. So the last index position is 24. Why? Because the index number starts from 0. So that the last index number is 24. Okay, right. The difference between a normal array and a string is every string is ending with /0. Every string is ends with a /0. Okay, /0 represents a null character. Null character, okay, which indicates the end of the string. Okay, which represents the end of the string. Then here the input and the output statements are different as compared to the normal integer and floats. Input and output and output statements. Okay, the input statement is input statements for string is, let us take a example. S1 is a string with the maximum size 25. Okay, how can we read a string value, I mean name, into the S1 variable? Scanf percentage s, percentage s, percentage s is the format specifier for a representation of string, and then S1. Okay, and the second one is getters of S1. Okay, here the scanf percentage s and then S1 is also read a string, and getters of S1 is also a read a string. Okay, the difference between, the main difference between getters and scanf is scanf reads a string without spaces. If any string contains a space, the scanf should not be allowed. After the space, leave the remaining name. And then getters reads a string with spaces. Okay, I mean that means a string contains any number of spaces. The getters is reads without any errors or warnings. But in the scanf format, whenever the space is occurred, the first occurrence of the space, the remaining string is omitted by the scanf statement. Okay, for example, scanf percentage s comma s1 getters of s1. These two are the different two input statements. I want to enter a statement, I mean enter a string by using scanf like this. Sri space Vasavi. Okay, so what is the storing value of s1 variable? Okay, here the scanf should not allow the spaces. So whenever the space is entered, okay, the scanf omits the remaining part. So that here S1 contains only Sri word. The Vasavi word is omitted by the scanf statement. And then getters. Getters is a one of the important function which is used to read a string including space. Okay, by using getter statement, I want to enter Sri Vasavi. Okay, without any hesitations or errors, S1 contains the output Sri space Vasavi. Okay, this is the main difference between scanf percentage s and getters of S1. Okay, and also scanf is a formatted input statement and getters is a unformatted input statement. Why? Because the scanf uses a format specifier, so that scanf declares represents formatted input statement, and getters without uses for any type of format specifier, so that getters represents unformatted input statement. Okay, and then output statements. So here also there are two types of output statements, like printf. This is the standard one, and second one is puts. Is the second one. Printf and puts both are represented for an output statements in a strings. Okay, and also printf is a formatted output statement and puts is a unformatted output statement. Okay, and then the example char S1 of 25 is equal to Srivasavi. Okay, S1 is a variable name which contains a string called Srivasavi. I want to display the string by using printf percentage s comma s1. So without any errors or warnings, the output is Srivasavi. Okay, the same string put as of s1, which is also without any errors or warnings. The output is Srivasavi. Okay. So for the output statements, printf and both the printf and putters are both are same, displays the same original strings. But in the form of input statements, scanf not reads a space values and getters reads including space value. Okay, that is the main difference. Okay, and then in this strings concept, there are many number of string handling functions out there, and all the string functions are declared in string.h only. Okay, for string programs, we must include string.h header file. Okay, by using preprocessor directive hash include string.h we can use. Okay, and then the different types of string handling functions. strlen, this is first one. strcpy, second one. strcat, third one. strrev, fourth one. Fifth one. strcmp. Okay, so these are the different types of string handling functions available in the string.h. Okay, and the remaining also are there, but these 5 string handling functions are very, very important. Okay, then let us discuss one by one. strlen represents length of the string, length of the given string. Okay, suppose we take S1 as a Vasavi. strlen gives the length of the given string S1. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which returns the length of the Vasavi is 6. If you are enter S1 is equal to Sri Vasavi, Sri space Vasavi, the length of the given string is 3 plus 6, 9, and then space, including space, 10. Okay, space is also one character in the strings concept. And then strcpy, this is nothing but a string copy. Okay, the purpose of strcpy is used to copy from one string to another string. The syntax of strcpy is strcpy of destination comma source. The source value is copied into the destination string. Okay, the example char s1 of 25 is equal to Vasavi and s2 of 25. s1 contains a Vasavi string and s2 contains nothing. Okay, I want to store Vasavi is into the s2 value, so that I want to use strcpy command s2 comma s1. Okay, that means s2 is equal to s1. So s1 value is stored into the s2. Okay, then next one, strcat. strcat means string concatenation. string concatenation. Concatenation means appending. Okay, that means we are appending two strings into the third string. For example, char s1 of 25, which is equal to the word Sri, and s2 of 25 is equal to Vasavi. Okay, I want to add these two strings as a like Sri Vasavi. Okay, for doing Sri Vasavi, I want to write a command called strcat of s1 comma s2. Here the s1 comma s2, this is the updated value s1. That means s1 is equal to s1 plus s2. After executing the strcat command, s1 becomes updated. Okay, the original value in the s1 is Sri. After executing the strcat command, s1 becomes Srivasavi. Okay, if we want to write like this, strcat of s2 comma s1, this means s2 is equal to s2 plus s1. So that means the output of s2 is updated. The updated value of s2 is Vasavi Sri. If we write a statement like s2 comma s1, strcat of s2 comma s1, the s2 is updated. The original string of s2 is Vasavi. The add Sri is added to the Vasavi, so that updated string is Vasavi Sri. Okay, not Sri Vasavi. Vasavi Sri. If we want to write strcat of s1 comma s2, s1 is the original string, s2 is added to the s1, so that s1 becomes updated. So updated string is Sri Vasavi. Okay, so that is the order. So remember that. And then next one is strrev, means string reverse. String reverse. Okay, that means I want to find the reverse of a given string. Suppose char s1 of 25, which contains Vasavi string. I want to display this in a reverse order. I means first letter is I, V, A, S, A, B, like that. Okay. Okay. I want to write strrev of s1. Okay. After executing the command strrev, s1 becomes Vasavi in the reverse order. I, V, A, S, A, V. So after executing the strrev command, s1 contains is updated that to the reverse of a original string. Okay. Remember that one point. After executing the strrev command, we lost the original value. Okay, so that sometimes the original value we want to store in a as it is, and also we required the reverse of a given string also stored in another string. Okay, so these two cases we must be careful. These two situations. Why? Because this statement is used in a comparison of two strings like that. Okay, and then the last one is strcmp, means string comparison. String comparison. That means compare two strings and which gives a one result. Okay, the strcmp of source comma destination, comparison of s1 and s2. These two strings s1 and s2. Okay, source string, destination string. Okay, compares these two strings and which gives a one result, either 0 or greater than 0 or less than 0. strcmp function returns an integer value called either 0 or greater than 0 or less than 0. I mean positive value, negative value equal to 0. Okay, when it returns the 0 means if strcmp returns a 0, the s1, s2 are equal. S1 and S2 are equal, and greater than 0 returns means positive value returns if S1 is greater than S2. strcmp returns if a negative value when S1 is less than S2. Okay, the strcmp returns greater than 0 and less than 0 values, I mean positive value, negative value, based on the ASCII numbers only. ASCII numbers only. Okay, here we must know the values. Small a and capital A both are different. Why? Because small a, the ASCII number is 97, capital A, ASCII number is 65. Okay, in this case, a small a contains S1, small capital A contains S2. Okay, in this case, a small a is bigger than the capital A. Why? Because small a ASCII value is 97, capital A ASCII value is 65. Okay, so this is the about strings concept. These are all the very important functions in a strings. All are defined in a string.h. Okay, so thank you.